How to instantly awaken. In the non-dual tradition of Kashmir Shaivism, every moment of life is imbued with the doorway to enlightenment, to eternal peace. The feeling of a surge of fear or pleasure, the pauses between breaths, the gaps between every thought. If one perceives these absolutely directly, with no labels, no story, simply perceiving the pure vibration, and sees that vibration as undulations of their own consciousness, one will realize the nature of the true self. In this tradition, the fastest, least effort path is the direct recognition that your own awareness is Shiva. Shiva represents infinite consciousness, or the infinite being, and it is seen to be identical to that which you are in your essence, which is this ever-present aware consciousness that your whole life unfolds within and as. You do it by repeatedly resting as the knower, this aware presence, that which you are, which everything appears in and as. You keep doing this until you are fully established as this. Although I say doing, it's really a non-doing. This is the paradox of enlightenment. All seeking and efforting to be that which you already are is going in the wrong direction. The doing of your life is the illusion that you need to do something to become something. Enlightenment flips the whole thing on its head. You already are the infinite. So what could you possibly do to be who you really are, considering you already are who you really are? Everything else would be looking away from it, into the illusion of being the limited person. In Advaita Vedanta, the most direct path to enlightenment is to simply notice this presence of awareness or beingness, that which illuminates itself by many different pointers. These pointers are simply words or phrases that can result in the attention relaxing back and noticing the witness of the whole experience. The most direct pointer is simply the word I. When you say I and you follow that thought to what it's pointing to, you realize that it's pointing to the presence of awareness or beingness. You become aware of the fact that you're aware. In other words, you're just being naturally awake and aware. It's the essence of the word awakening. For some, a simple once-only hearing of this message can trigger a complete falling away of the belief in separation and limited personhood, and a great relaxing back as consciousness. However, for this to be effective for many others, all desire must be turned in towards awakening and awareness, otherwise the attention can have a habit of turning away from awareness and back out into the world of form and doingness. There has to be this willingness and openness to keep waking up and keep returning to simply being and resting as this awareness and finding out its inherent nature. But you don't need to go to live in a cave or in the woods for this to work. Bills can get paid, and you can go to work or work on your business, all whilst you rest as awareness and allow it all to happen. Awareness is effortless. It is no effort to be who you really are, because once again, you already are who you really are. The absolute truth absolutely must be true, absolutely all the time. Instead of seeking or finding it, you simply rest in its presence. At first, many suppressed feelings may gradually start coming up and out. And these are the layered down contractions and tensions from perhaps Many years of unresolved fear, anxiety, guilt, shame, frustration, or anger, as one keeps returning to this recognition of awareness and rests as this awareness, these layers of contraction begin to unwind naturally. And so here begins the embodiment process. And it can take some time for the suppressed feelings to release, because in a lot of cases, there's a lot of it. But the fastest way for this to become embodied is to make awakening and resting as awareness number one above all else. So instead of repeating old patterns, you go all in on effortless being. In resting as the perceptual witness, the separation between the witness and the witnessed dissolves. There's really no awareness and awareness of. The illusion of separation of self and other falls away, and all is seen to be an indivisible field of consciousness. But then even labels like awareness or consciousness can fall away, and it's simply what is and isn't simultaneously. So there isn't a separate individual that knows it. No person becomes enlightened. It can't be captured in a concept. It can't be known as an object of experience. It's not a state, and it isn't even an experience. It's not something that you've had in the past, and it's not anything you can have in the future. It is always immediate, the ever-present reality of what you already are, the true nature of what reality always is, and is always absolutely true. In modern non-duality, they skip all of these steps and attempt to go to the absolute truth directly, with absolutely no consent to the idea of being a limited person. And they might use pointers like, there's no one here, or there simply is what is, pointing to the fact that all these ideas of being a person who's going to get to awakening is the illusion to begin with. And what's truly desired is already this. So it really takes no time, because time doesn't really exist. And so many attempt to get to it with more of the same illusion, more claiming that this isn't already whole and complete to begin with. It's not even that one drops the effort or surrenders or rests as awareness. It's simply seen that one never existed to begin with. It was all a dream. Whether you resonate with the tantric tradition of Kashmir Shaivism, the direct path of Advaita, self-inquiry, or modern direct non-duality pointing, the message is essentially the same, just expressed in different ways, but they're all pointing to the same thing. The fastest path to enlightenment is to not concern yourself with thinking about it, philosophizing about it, or thinking it's interesting. You must actually look for yourself to see if what is being proposed is true. You have the openness and willingness to look deeply, to see what's really true about you in reality. Don't believe Alex. See what's true for you. Put simply, be aware and rest as this awareness. Do this perceptually over and over again, perpetually. But really, it's a non-doing. You stop doing all of this attention out onto the world of form and focusing on thinking and conceiving yourself to be a separate self-identity. You let go of that mind-made identity and relax back as the awareness. And as you relax as the awareness, you naturally allow all of the felt contractions to gradually release and unwind, and the clouds of thought and contracted emotion gradually begin to dissolve, leaving you resting as this infinite being that you are. So if you'd like support and structure with going deeper, then check out the link in the description, and I hope you found this video resonates with you.